And I started having heartburns. I thought it was just something I ate. And feeling dizzy for a few days. And I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to go to the doctor, you know, probably my blood pressure or something. So, and I had a heart attack.
Wow. Yeah. So why, because it was like, what do you call it? It's because what 4 is like quadruple is 4. So if it's 5, what would that be?
Quintuple.
Oh my God. So I can't even pronounce quintuple. So a quintuple heart. Why 5? Why did they do it to that extreme? Did they tell you why or how long you may have suffered through that process? And apparently you recovered just fine because you are gorgeous.
Yes. 5 arteries, so they had to
take care of all of them.
And then I went back to the hospital last year in June because they had to go in and put a stent in there.
Okay.
So that scared me.
Did it?
The quadruplet, whatever you want to call it.
It did not.
It didn't.
Why did
because
this
I felt the presence of the Lord around me the whole entire time.
Yes.
While I was supposed to be asleep,
right,
I could hear the doctor say she's not breathing. And God was standing there and said to me, "You're fine. Just relax. Just breathe. Slow. Just breathe."
What year was this again, baby Gates?
2015. And but when I went back in June, they put that stent in. Life changed. Everything changed.
Tell me why.
Changed. I didn't want to die.
Yeah.
I did not want to die. And I was still smoking cigarettes. So when I came home and I tried to light a cigarette, it was over. It was over. Nope. Not this time. It was over.
I actually teach I have a speech and it's called Not This Time. So it gave me chills when you said. And also, I was telling somebody here about I had a big thing that happened February 28th of last year. And I tell people, God has no problem with revealing to you that He is God and have His presence. And He can talk and He can speak. Because for me to be dead for 10 minutes and my husband, as traumatic as it was for them, it wasn't like that for me. It was such a peace. And I can hear all the stuff that was happening and so forth.
Yes.
And they told my husband she's never going to be the same. But I knew that was a lie. And I knew that God just needed to send my stuff up there. Give me some Elisha anointing and send my little stuff right back. And my strength, even I walked all the way around this way because I didn't know if Steve was that way or this way. And you ain't big up. No, it's okay. But Steve said to me, like, do you understand you couldn't walk out the car? When I tell you I was pushed by wheelchairs, I have been on deathbed more than you can imagine. And this is why I wanted it to be a health and wealth. Because I do feel like a lot of us have overcame a lot medically. And I want that story to be told. But I also want the story to be told. We got to take that serious. We got to take back control of that situation. And for it to even be hard, which is so amazing because we was originally, I had this mindset of what I wanted to give this special award. I wanted to title it A Beautiful Young Lady. However, I never met my mother-in-law. I've been with my husband on 21 years. But at 12, he lost his mom. And she had a pacemaker. And it was also drugs. So when you have a heart condition, you put some drugs with that, you know, your heart is not taken, right? But we found out this, you don't know why. We never knew this. He never knew this. But for 21 years around my birthday, he had like a somberness about him. Not sad, but somberness. And so he finally asked his dad, like, what was Mom's birthday? And it was March 30th, which is 2 days after mine. And that just did something for him. And he said, oh, my son, because the doctors told him after 4 minutes I would not, I would be a vegetable. And they had to get permission. Do you want us to still work on you? But he was telling my son this the other day, because we just found out our birthdays March 30th. And he said, son, you remember when Dad kept saying, I don't care, she's not going to die like this, she's not going to die like this? It's because immediately he saw my son, how he saw himself when he was 12. Because my son would have been like 14 at that time. And he was just like, that shifted my life forever. Being a young man, losing my mom. And he was the mama's boy. And to this day, my husband is that way. Everything you see that's great, that's awesome, he's always like, that's my mom, that's my mom. And so we decided, because my dad had went through a whole lot of heart issues. And then people know about my cancer, but I don't talk a lot about my congestive heart failure, which is really what keeps me back and forth in hospitals. And the reason why is because A, is always emotional for me, but also B, I think that people understand the word cancer, so it's just easier for me not to use my energy and explain what congestive heart failure is or what a stent is and so forth. And then my partner Steve ended up having a heart attack. So this whole heart thing kept kind of like surrounding us constantly. And so my husband broke down when I told him last week, babe, this award that we was going to give out throughout this whole tour to one person with health, I love the young lady he was going to honor, but I really want to honor my mother-in-law. So now we're giving out for Jerry Sewell a heart award. It's going to be all red. It's going to be beautiful because he felt like she kept not wanting to be that patient. So in her eyes, I want to do what everybody else does, even though she's had a pacemaker for years. So she would not necessarily take her medicine, or she would figure if they can do drugs, so can I. It should not take my heart out. So he feel like my mom desired to be normal so much, caused him to not have his mom now. And that's why he quit his job and started working with us, because he was just like, I get your feistiness, but whatever with my mom would not happen with our son. I know how to kind of pull my wife back or make the necessary adjustments. So I didn't even think,
I said you're Superman.
Right, oh girl, my Superman. And that's, I didn't even put those two and two together, because she did show me that you had that word. I'm going to get that together, girl.
Right.
Not just that. But to think that after you had that, which is how I felt as well, when you have like gotten through a death situation, everything after that made me uber sensitive, because now I had something to live for. So everybody else asked me, what, was I afraid then? I wasn't afraid then. I got more afraid afterwards, because now it's like, oh crap, I could have died.
Yeah.
Now every single day is kind of like, and I got work to do. I got stuff to do. So I as well, a lot of shifts took place after that. I lost 140 pounds, and I was just determined to really start researching things. We got a whole product line we got coming out that's all natural, because I was on 17 different medicines. Now I'm on 6, and one of them was chemo and all that stuff, but I got rid of the other things that God was able to teach me. So I am excited that your daughter has a mom who has beat this thing and who has made some decisions. So when she wants to give up, when your other kids want to give up, they can see that fight in their mom and say, she did. And I tend to tell people all the time, if you can take motivation from people who overcome health challenges and remember how blessed you are that you don't have health challenges, how dare you not want to get up? Why, how dare you don't want to get out of your comfort zone? When there's people carrying around a freaking oxygen tank, why having a quit? I can't get that together, but you know that word.
Right.
Not having stents, right? You want to kick all their butt, like for real? You just want to give up? So I got a question to ask you, Miss Keisha. Know your mom been through all this and her journey, because of course we heard a testimony even earlier about her overcoming even alcohol. What type of fight and encouragement you get from your mom to make you keep going? How do you see your mom as far as that's concerned?
She taught me so much when I was a kid, so it really wasn't the fight in her, it was more so the fight for us. She didn't want us to go through the same things she went through, so she was a helicopter mom. So she hovered and made sure like we was always like taken care of. We was always there with her, so it wasn't really the fight in her, it was the fight for us. It was always making sure that we was always together. Like I remember everywhere she went, where you seen her 5 just trailing along, and really not even trailing along, we was side by side, hand in hand, always together. It was funny. I was driving down the street and I had seen a mom and she had her kids and they was standing on the side of the road, like, and I was just like, wow, like that was us, And so it was her fight for us. She made sure she shared her testimony all the time, and and I would be the one sitting there and I would listen, and I didn't want to take those same routes and roads and things that she did. So it was more so her. She just made sure she was, you know, fighting for us, making sure she was always there, even if it was with a drink in her hand, she was there. You know what I mean?
Right,
so
right.
it's just she was fighting for us all the time.
That's a big deal. I almost like that even more because I think that it took me a long time for me to be able to have a conversation with my mom because I personally at that time did not necessarily see that fight for us, and I noticed that is the thing that kind of made me more resentful. And so it wasn't until after the Lord delivered her and she got saved and so forth, she knew I forgave her. She knew how much I always had protected my mom. But I remember telling her one time is that I think a kid needs to know that they was worth the fight. Like a kid want to know, like, because of you is why I made changes. I loved you enough because of that. Because of not hearing that, it's easy for the world and the devil to go, the drugs was more important, the alcohol was more important, or the men were more important. For us, it was always man and drugs. So I mean, my son may call me a little bit of a helicopter mom now that you use that word, helicopter, making me think, maybe I'm a little helicopter. But he's that one that hears my testimony all the time. We're that Bill Cosby family that, you know how Cosby used to always say, I walked 20,000 miles to pick up a can of peaches. He hears that so much. He heard it today. And it's just like, you really see your kids and go, I just want what I went through for you not to ever do that. And then to hear a daughter say, what I observed through all of that is that my mom fought for us. Whether she had a drink in her hand or whatever, it wasn't even behind her. We was together. And now when she see other people do that, she think of you. That means that legacy is alive and well.
Right.
Tell me a little bit about your mom. Is your grandmother still alive? Is your mom still alive?
No.
Did you ever meet your mom, your grandmother?
I did. She was a prayer.
Oh, okay.
That's all I remember from her. We didn't, stay with her too long because we moved up here, but that's what I definitely distinctly remember about her when we stayed with her for a little bit.
Where she lived at? Mississippi, Chicago?
Mississippi.
In Mississippi. What took you to Chicago? Why was you in Chicago?
I was born in Chicago.
Okay.
And we moved to Mississippi, and then we moved back to Chicago. It was just like a back and forth. So it's like, okay, I was raised here. I was born in Chicago, but I was raised in Mississippi.
That's right. What part of Mississippi?
Shelby.
Okay. I think a lot of Chicago folks is from Mississippi because my grandma's from Mississippi. So I think as soon as they leave Mississippi, they hit the shack. Let's go. We're going to the shack. That's freedom. Right. As far away from the South as possible. Right. Like we want to, let's get this money quick. So that makes sense. What was your mother's name? What's your grandmother's name?
Mary.
Okay. That's a big deal. Did you know your father? Was your father still alive or around?
No, I don't know.
Okay. And I think that, and me neither. Okay, and my brother, I know of my father, my brother literally don't know him. But that's the other thing that I feel like is such a badge of honor when a single mom can have all those obstacles and raise 5 kids to that level. I think that encourage other single moms to go, my mama did it with 5, I can do it with these 2, and my bonus child, okay? And it takes that excuse away from when somebody says, I can't do that. Is that not true? Because every time you want to give up, you go, wait a minute, hold on, she did it with 5. I can't even confess.
And I say it all the time. I'm like, man, I was like, God knows how many kids to give people and what to do. Because I'm like, I don't know how she did it, but she did it. She made it work. She did really good.
I can literally say it was God because I remember the time when I was by myself. I mean, we didn't have food or anything, and the church service was like around the corner for me, and I took my kids to the building. Was getting ready to drop all 5 of them off. And I didn't know God. I wasn't praying or anything. And I heard a voice say, take your kids home. And by the time I got there, not even asking nobody, the lady across the street started bringing her little bags and bags of food. Ooh, Jesus.
This camera, now you
that's why I kept my kids. It wasn't because of me and my strength. It was because of him and what he had provided for me.
That has absolutely blessed my soul because that just shows you how great our God is, how much love it. I think that structure, religion, and so forth sometimes paint our God. It's such a mean, judgment, horrible thing to serve. I used to tell people the kind of God y'all serve, I probably would never serve y'all God. But I love that God, like, even yet when you was out there, I show love. Because in God's eyes, to see your daughter have this much talent, she needed her mom. No foster parent could have did what you did. Nobody could have done what God needed her to do.
She did. She encouraged me all the time and every day. Like, you're beautiful. I see success written all over you. You know, whatever. And so I never had to deal with that. And I want to get back to that too. That I never resented her. I feel like she probably felt like I did, but I've never resented her. I've always felt like she did what she did because it was what she knew. So I appreciated her for doing what she could at whatever time it was, whatever she was able to do, she did it. You know, so
that's a big deal, Mommy. How you feel about hearing that from your oldest? Because the oldest normally see it all. So how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel good, but I guess it's me because, you know, sometimes as a parent you feel like you failed somewhere. You feel like you let them down, like times when I said I'm gonna buy you a car and I couldn't do it and I couldn't supply it. I believe it was, you know, every time she asked, you know, she didn't even ask. She was trying to give me money and hide money in newspapers and stuff like that.
Oh,
yes.
Oh, I gotta hear this. Switch tapes. I need you to get this thing fresh.
And I